Learning Friends. Today we are going to talk about comparing and contrasting. And what that means, if you look at our target, is that we can see the similarities and differences in two things. So we are going to compare and contrast ourselves today. So on one side of the Venn diagram we have Mrs. Douglas, and on one side we have Miss Lister. Okay.
So let's explain the diagram to them.
Okay.
We have to have both in the middle because when you compare two things, it's why both things are the same. But if you're contrasting two things, you have to tell why they're different, right?
Right.
So we're going to have to put things about Miss Douglas over here, things about Miss Lister over here, and then if they're the same about both of us, we got to put them in the middle. So let's start thinking. Mrs. Douglas, do you think you know something about you
Yes.
that isn't the same as me?
Yes. I am a mom.
She's a mom and I am not. That's a good one. So I could even put she's a mom, and I could put under Miss Lister, not a mom, because that is different about both of us.
I know something that's the same.
What?
We both teach second grade.
We're both teachers in second grade. I love it. And I put it in the middle because you said it was the same. We could even put second grade because that's really the same. I know something that's the same too. We're both tall.
Yeah.
Both tall. She's not short down here. So, since it's the same, we gotta put it in the middle.
And we both have sunglasses on top of our heads today.
Yeah.
It's a nice sunny day, you can tell. Okay, let's see, what else?
I know something that's different.
What?
And you guys might not be able to see it, so Mrs. Arnsurf might have to show you. I'm not wearing any shoes, and Mrs. Douglas is. Kind of silly, but I have no shoes on. Mrs. Douglas has shoes on. So, sometimes you have to look really, really closely to see what's the same and what's different.
I noticed something that's the same and different. We're both wearing earrings, so we could put that under both, but they're different. Mine are silver and hers are black.
So we're both wearing the earrings,
Yeah.
but they're not the same earrings like she said. So, silver earrings. And what color are mine?
Black.
Black earrings. I forget. I know another one, Mrs. Douglas. And my kids know this. They told me this one today. You are married.
Yes.
And I am not. That's why it's Mrs. Douglas and Miss Lister.
Very true. That's
So
a
we
good
could put
one.
that one. I know another one too. That's the
You're
same.
on a roll.
I'm on a roll.
I was just thinking, and you've got one already.
Well, because it's the same, and I think it's really important. We're both girls.
Yeah. Miss Lister, we're both pretty friendly, don't you think?
I agree. That is the same about us.
Yeah.
But you can't see that we're friendly.
Yeah, so some things we can see about ourselves, like you're wearing earrings and I'm wearing earrings, but some things we don't. We have to know the person more. We can't see them. So
Kind of like our character traits.
Yes.
So maybe in a book when you're reading, you could say two characters are the same because they're both brave.
Yep.
But you can't see brave. So sometimes you have to figure it out for yourself.
That's exactly right. Just like mom and not a mom, but you would have to know us to be able to tell if we had children or not.
That is true. So, second grade is when you compare and contrast two things to find the similarities and differences. That means things that are the same and different about two things. You really have to pay attention to, well, if it's the same with Mrs. Douglas and it's the same with Miss Lister, that's a similarity. And if it's true for one person and not the other, then it's a difference. So really have to pay attention very closely.
Yep.